Let's get into some Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Sam Wallace is asking, Vic, what D3 school did you play at?
DePaul, so PAUW. So that's in Greencastle, Indiana, Division III. Yeah.
Sweet.
Now, I actually almost ended up playing football in Indiana as opposed to playing at Malone. I was really, really close to going to Taylor University.
Okay. Yeah, I got recruited by them.
Yep, I almost went to Taylor, and then last minute, Malone was like, well, actually, we'll offer you this. I was like, oh, a little more. Okay. And I ended up going.
Nice.
So, Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 11 overall player in the 2018 recruiting cycle. 5-star prospect, obviously. This dude's dad was one of the most successful bodybuilders of the 1980s. He's a 3-time Mr. World, 2-time Mr. Universe, John Brown. And so this guy's been working out since he was 7 years old, I think I read. And he was bench pressing 135 at the age of 8. That's insane. That's crazy.
Dude, I remember kids on my freshman football team. Literally, we had one kid we put, 135 on, and he literally dropped it on his face and almost broke his nose.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That sounds like me in like 7th grade.
Yeah. So this kid's doing, at age 8 what other kids couldn't do at age 15.
Right. So he's got a brother in the league. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Nick, you probably know. Equinemius.
Yeah, Equinemius St. Brown.
Equinemius
And
St. Brown.
Osiris is his other brother.
6th round draft pick by the Packers in 2018. And then, his other older brother plays for Stanford. He's a senior now. Osiris, who Nick was actually high on. So, good bloodline of athletes, obviously. In 2 years at USC, he started 17 games. He has over 1,700 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns. So, very productive player, obviously living up to that 5-star rating.
Was he at Mater Dei? Is that right, Jared?
I'm not sure.
I thought he
I didn't
was.
write that down.
Because
He played with JT Daniels in high school.
Right, yeah, that's his quarterback who's now gone in at Georgia, going to battle Jamie Newman, who we just watched for Sage. Yep.
Gotcha. So PFF projected him going number 32 next year to the Chiefs. Obviously, in a way too early mock draft, but interesting. Another guy that people are highly regarding for the 2021
that offense
class.
needs more talent.
Yeah, and I was reading an article. They were saying that St. Brown is not opting out. He was playing for sure, but obviously the Pac-12 canceled their season, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does if they do end up playing a spring football season, and the NFL doesn't move back their draft. It's going to be interesting to see what all these guys do.
Yeah, and that's going to take so much more scouting, and that's for NFL, that's for like the draft, that's also for fantasy,
Definitely.
Everything. I mean, it's going to be, what we do with this, and not just us, but like everyone, but like this is going to be so much more important because the analytics guys aren't going to have as much.
I guess he played most of last year with a sports hernia, I read. I didn't know that until today.
Impressive.
Right? Let's get into it, though. Garrett, I think I got you up first here. Same order as
Garrett's
Surratt.
always first.
Well,
yeah, and we got a
yes.
shitty... It was like 360p for this tape.
Oof.
Luckily, there were only a couple. But Keaton Slavis, man. Is it Slovis or Slavis?
I've heard both. I honestly don't know.
Dude, he was dropping dimes.
Yeah.
Good player.
He was a good player. Dime.
Whew.
All right. That's how we're starting.
That's how we're starting, man. All right. So look at this kid. Look at this kid. He said, all right, I'm going to go 45 yard downfield, and between the corner and safety, I'm going to get lit up, and I'm still going to hold on to it. But, man, he's quick, and he's got some good wheels. And if you could run that, run it from right there. Go ahead and run it through the play. But notice how he widens it just a bit. Widens it just a bit to help bring that DB out, and then bends it back in a little bit to create that separation and it was a small window between the safety and the DB there. Had he not widened that just a little bit,
It's that step.
yep, I don't think that he's able to make that play.
Yeah.
I'll note on this. Sorry, Vic. I'll just
go
note
ahead.
on this next view, if you can play it through, Jared.
Sorry. Here we go.
Watch the quarterback got him murdered because he's staring him down. The safety doesn't move out of the middle.
Yeah, he did.
It's so easy for the safety. If he looks to the right a little bit, easy touchdown, but get your wide receiver whacked.
But to that point, Amon helped himself out by widening out that DB. So it created some space for that safety. So safety had to travel a little bit.
Yep. 100%.
Yep, and he does a lot of good little things like that.
Look at his stance.
He's always like that.
Yeah.
I was literally about to talk about that. Now, it's actually kind of weird because at times it almost adds a little hitch, I think, to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was watching it on a couple of the plays, and it's almost like he's got to come back up out of it. Whereas a lot of guys, you see the opposite. They kind of have to go down. He's having to, like, come up out of it. It's interesting.
He's very quick.
Oh, he's very, very quick.
He's definitely a slot guy, the next level.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So overall, it's a pretty simple slot route. Coming inside there. My one thing with this was he really never even. And I get it's a speed route, but he didn't burst out of it the way that I see him burst out of some other plays. I never thought that he was going to go downfield. It was kind of right away out, and I get it's a quick timing thing. But he just seemed a little bit slower off the ball than I saw with some of his other routes. And part of this is he had really good tape. I had to be pretty nitpicky. This was one of those things.
Shooting in the chat says he stands with his opposite feet than what is traditionally taught.
So on this one he does, but I think he knows where he's going to go. Because if he had it the other way, it would take him 3 steps to get inside, and this way it takes him 2 steps to get inside. I think that's by design because he sees this linebacker kind of coming up. I don't know what you would call this route, Vic. I call it a lookie. Is that kind of what you have to call it?
Yeah, that's what Surratt is running.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, enough of the slant.
Out route scores.
Yeah, and this is the same way. Like it's a 3-step out versus if he had his feet switched. So it really kind of depends. I prefer to have my receivers with their feet the other way, like how Shootin was saying. But it kind of depends on your route and what you're going to do too.
Yeah. So overall with this play, this was a great one to just highlight his speed, his awareness, and like. If he would have kept coming straight down the line there after the catch, he might be tackled short there. The fact that he widened back, which I don't know that I would teach that necessarily, but his awareness to know who he is, he knows he's quick, he knows he's faster than the guy on him, to be able to bend back to be able to then get the angle for the end zone, just shows really good awareness on his part, I think.
Yep.
Someone asked, do we only do USC film? I'm not sure what that means.
Have we done a lot of USC?
No. I can't remember the last USC player we did.
I know we did Michael Pittman at one point.
And that was like hard to find.
Have they been on defense a lot maybe? I don't know.
I like how Slavis kind of throws him back here. Brings him back a bit. Opposite hash, out route, throw.
That's a throw. But I mean, coming back to the ball there, it reduces interception chances or it getting, knocked down because you're limiting the space for the DB to undercut that. So, yeah, I like it.
Got him in the slot here. Jet sweep.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, he just moves in a phone booth.
So here's what was really encouraging for me is look at his eyes are always downfield. And so he just has a really good feel for where everything's at, where everybody's at, because it looks like he's not even looking at these guys that are around him. He already knows he's past them. And so his vision and his awareness to be able to follow the blocks, I was really impressed with how he looked in the open field. And I'll be honest, like coming into watching this, I actually wasn't the biggest St. Brown fan, but as I dug in more, I actually became a bigger fan of Amon-Ra.
He also shows some patience too, right there.
To quote
Following his
Vic
blocks,
from,
what's it?
sorry, go ahead, Gary.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
To quote Vic from earlier, the one thing that pops off the screen here is confidence. You know, when you line up and you know about that receiver, he always exudes like this confidence. Over here, this is confident. I'm confident in my ability. I'm going to get through this guy. Oh, I'm going to get through that. You guys don't matter. Like, that's a different way of playing versus I'm really scared, Sage Surratt. I hope I break this tackle. You're not going to get through it then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sage would have ran out of bounds probably. Getting squeezed. So.
Oh, he missed the stiff arm. He's tackled.
We're haters.
Refuses to go down.
And this is the other thing. He is not as big as some of the other wide receivers that we've covered. He doesn't have the size, doesn't have the girth, but he plays much bigger and much more physical than his size would suggest.
I guarantee he's strong as hell.
Well, yeah, absolutely. With his
His
pedigree,
genetics, yeah.
He only benches 135, I heard. So
that's what I heard.
I guarantee he's strong as shit.
Yeah, so I walked away very, very impressed with him as a player. Very explosive, very quick twitch. Seems to be pretty heady. I had a hard time finding a lot of negatives on him while I was watching through the two games. So I wanted to be more critical, but at least in the two games that I picked, there was a lot of really positive things to see out of him.
How about the movement in the pocket here, Nick?
yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. Like, I mean, dipping his shoulder.
I
this
know,
is sexy.
man.
This is straight sexy for a quarterback. Delivering that.
Dude, he's good. I can't wait I'm just gonna dig in and watch all of his games.
Do it.
Don't watch too much USC, man.
I know, Brad will get pissed. Damn, dude. He just makes people look stupid. Mm-hmm. Makes it look so easy, though, too. Like, it's so effortless. Is this still you, Garrett?
No, this is either Nick or Vic.
Yeah, this is me, I think.
Yeah,
this is, I mean, it's a tunnel screen, you know what I mean? But he just, it's such a natural feel. And then, oh, this defender, he didn't get blocked. Okay, I'm by him. Like, it's just, it's very natural for him to, you know, make extra yardage. He doesn't look like he's worried.
That move right
strained.
there.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and even that one right there, delivered a stiff arm and got another 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you run it back to the other angle, he even sets it up. So he catches it, runs inside that lineman. Now I'm going to go outside.
Yep. I mean, if that receiver makes that block, he's got a chance to score.
It does.
It's all about that blocking, Vic. We already talked about that.
That's your clear path to get on the field.
Is that Pittman's fault? Yeah, that's
Pittman.
Pittman 6.
Dang it.
Come on,
Dang
Pittman.
it, Michael.
Michael.
We got him.
I love the opposite hash out routes, man.
Yeah. Takes an arm. Can you go back to the first view on that one?
Yep.
So, I mean, here he knows where he has to go, and here his feet are different. So back to shooting there. I mean, that just shows you a little bit. But
Cover
I mean,
zero.
here he's doing an out, but you don't know it right away. You know, he still gives the appearance he's going to go vertical right away. And then here, even if he doesn't stick this and get in bounds and continue with a huge play, he at least tried it. I
Yeah.
love my receivers with the mentality that want more yardage.
Well, he probably knew if he beats him, it might be 6. He's
Yeah.
no safety help.
It's just a good route to start with. Came off vertical and that came back to the football again that we've seen before. He's just such a fundamentally sound football player.
Phil said I think he looks a lot like Van Jefferson. There's a
Oh,
Nick Rams comp.
Thank you, Phil.
Phil's got a cool project he's working on. Him and Vern, they're trying to put a team together to evaluate offensive lines and start doing offensive line grades.
Huge.
Phil played O-line.
Yeah, that'd be huge. I hope he's able to do that because I think that could be a really good thing for us.
For sure. Dive.
Yeah.
was
So, I mean, this
nice.
is honestly a better ball than anything else.
Still.
The two things I wanted to note were how he avoids number 4 right there. That doesn't get hung up, getting rerouted, which was huge. And then his speed. I mean, he made it happen afterwards. So right there, that's small. He puts the arm out there, arm over, gets through, gets to his aiming point, and doesn't look till right there.
So you got some Three Stooges stuff there.
Yeah, made him kiss. But I definitely like his toughness. I mean, that's a play right there. You know, the ball's coming. I mean, potentially the safety can come down and take your head off, but he was still willing to make the play. So
there's no sign of worry or anything about a hit.
I mean, you can't be that way. You have to make that catch no matter what.
Better tell Judy that.
Where'd Jerry?
it's a playmaker.
Yep. Slovis getting hit, putting it back. Sorry. This is.
I mean, this is the route that I love the most. I think it's just unguardable. Is the slot fade? You just can't. He sticks inside. DB doesn't believe it, but
Back shoulder.
his body control here.
Yeah.
This is what Sage should have done. Remember, I said he should have squared his shoulders back and high pointed. And here's a smaller receiver just getting it done.
No upside down raptor arms, right?
I'll remember that one. Right.
Gotta go get it.
Dude, that's funny.
Gotta go get it.
So I know this is like basic, but this is just understanding defense. I mean, if you watch when he's lined up right here, he's like, okay, I know where I got to go. Let's see how this works out. And then he just slowly evolves and, okay, nope, I'm going to under there. Boom. Like,
Yeah.
he's just advanced. Like that, like he would know where to run to start that route. But he's like, okay, this might happen. And then it does. And then he finds a way to get it through. I mean, there's two guys there. Mm-hmm. The zone blitz.
He is 6'1", I think. Yeah, 6'1", 195. Someone in the chat asked what his
It's taller
size
than
is.
I would have. It's taller than I would have expected.
Yeah, we'll see what he actually measures.
Yeah, I don't think he's that tall.
I don't think so either.
I'd
I
say
was guessing
5'11".
more of a 5'11", 6 foot. Which is still fine.
Yeah. Good route.
Yep.
Good
I mean,
hands.
this is just, I just highlighted these because this is just where he's going to make his living.
Yep.
He's going to run precise routes, middle of the field, from the slot. This is his role in the NFL.
Slovis put that on the spot despite getting smacked.
Yep. And I know J-Wack asked earlier, like comps and stuff like that. I mean, to me, his upside, his best is Robert Woods. That's the best you're looking for.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's
my comp.
yeah. Vic sent me his cuts, and that's what his comp was.
There you go. I know that's the same school, but that's what
By
I
the
see.
way, Vic was much more detailed than you guys in his cut-ups to me.
Hey, Vic, stop making us look bad.
Yeah, show off.
Trying not to, man. My bad. But he's definitely a quicker, shiftier Robert Woods. Especially, he gets the carries too. So plays just like him.
Yeah,
Nope,
but
you're right.
look at Slovis delivering this.
He gets that helmet right under the chin strap.
That's the worst. And then all their weight falls on you. That's the worst. Dude.
I gave a guy a concussion doing that. in high
He's
school.
hurt. He's rolling around. That's the worst, man. That's a flag in the NFL.
Another quarterback in here now.
It's a different quarterback.
Oh yeah.
They added a 1 to that jersey. Not a 9, not a 19.
It's John David Booty. He's back.
He makes a hell of a play.
I just thought of John David Booty. That's awesome.
John David Booty.
You guys are thinking of older players? What is this? Garrett, I'm shocked.
Okay, at least he was in the 2000s. Normally Nick's in here with like, hey, do you remember this guy from the 1984 Detroit Lions? He was their third string fullback. He was great.
Let's ask Vic. Vic, do you know Don Beebe?
No.
Thank you.
I retire. 35. Somehow I know all these guys, and you guys don't know them.
I thought you were 42.
I'm going to beat you up.
Nice catch here.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is what I was going to highlight. Body control again. I did like the route, though, because he kind of had to find his way across through that mess a little bit. And then he
Slows
settles down.
Yep.
Look how quick he gets upfield after that. Mm-hmm. Some guys would have just fell to the ground right there.
Got a few extra yards.
He's always got a little attitude to him, too. I love it.
He's the younger brother, too. You see that a lot out of the younger brothers.
I guess
They get beat up a lot.
Yeah.
I read an article that he's always the last guy to leave the field every day practice. Those are the kind of things that you love to hear. Yeah. All right, John David Booty. Throw it up there. Bow.
I mean, I thought this was just a phenomenal route the whole way.
Just watch the quarterback, though.
Oh, I know.
Watch. Hey, he just
Said me and my
flings
high
it.
socks.
Boom.
Rolling to his right, throwing across his body.
Who is that? All right, who is it for real, though? I know I'm calling him John David Booty, but who is it?
I don't know. I'm going to roll it and I'll Google it real quick.
So if we look at this route, right, he fakes inside right there, a great out, scrambles upfield. That's a designed out, in my opinion. That's not a designed out and up.
Matt Fink,
Catching traffic, man. Look at that catching traffic.
redshirt senior.
You got to go back to the other view there, J-Wack,
Okay.
the first one. So again, it's just a designed out. The out is there too. Like he stems inside to create separation on the out. It's not there. Scramble rules, goes up the field, is open, then comes back and high points the football and gets hit between two defenders. Like it's an unbelievable play. Open,
Great awareness.
come back, boom, catches the touchdown. That's insane.
Out and up, baby.
Yeah, I like him.
Yep, he's grown on me quite a bit.
Terrible
The
throw.
Chiefs would actually be a nice little landing spot for him, honestly.
Chiefs.
All right.
Anybody for the Chiefs is a nice landing spot.
Yeah, it's so true. Such a dumb thing to say.
So this one's me. So of course, screen pass, and of course, you're only throwing screen passes to your playmakers, and he carries three guys there.
As a wide receiver, well, as a football player, this is like the worst way to get tackled is when they grab your legs, pick you up, and pile drive your ass to the ground.
Humiliating.
Yeah, I thought that little spin was a bit awkward, though. I mean, I could tell he was trying to create some space, but
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see what he was attempting to do. It didn't work, but you can see what he was attempting to do there.
That's illegal. You can't pile drive.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Good back in my day.
got him in the slot. Good route, good hands, plucks it. I like to see him turn upfield a little bit sooner, but all in all, still a good play. Securing it. Should have turned upfield at the hash.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like he didn't know what to do as soon as he caught it. He kind of got surprised.
Yeah, and it seems like he tries to fill the defense whenever he's over the middle. Like he kind of hesitates when he's over the middle, but when he's on the outside, it's he's free roam. So
Yeah.
that's one thing I noticed about him. He kind of just tries to fill the defense over the middle.
I mean, that right there's a
But
misread.
there's his lane right there.
Wouldn't you say that's a misread, Vic? I mean, this is zone. He should have settled down. He ran into that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually that's how they would have it built out. He would sit like
Yep.
right over the
Be a spot route.
little after the ball.
But you can tell he wants to get out the middle. That's just my impression.
Yep.
He's comfortable living on the outside. So, all right, this one here, man, great route. Wait, actually, I got this play. Look at my notes.
Did I grab the wrong one?
No, I think you got it. That's on me.
Okay.
Still a good route. He
That's
doesn't
a
need the
great
ball.
release.
That's a good
Inside, outside, inside. Like that DB's got no shot. Oh, I'm open. Oh, hanging on.
Yeah, I just like the physicality there. Just playing physical.
Yeah, good hand fighting. Throws him off him. Swim. Something Sage needs to work on for sure.
Yeah. So of course, Amon's giving an effort to create some separation there, letting him know it's a fight. So
Matt Fink, lowering the shoulder. I see you out there, 19.
Man, who is the QB in this group, huh?
Boom. I know, right? I keep freaking pointing out. We
John
need to do a
David
quarterback. Quarterbacks. You keep
Been a
saying
minute.
it. Nick
We've been
every
going,
week's
yeah.
like, let's do quarterbacks.
I try, man.
I think we're free next week. We'll do quarterbacks next week,
All right.
in theory.
Just another easy completion. So
Taking next week off.
But, like, he doesn't even waste time. I like that too, Vic. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, nope, that's open. I'm just going to run now.
yep.
Yeah, he got what, one step up field?
Matt
Yeah,
Fink.
Oof, quick.
I like his grit too. He even pounds the ground. Like he even saw the lane up there, so he figured, he could have scored, but got tackled.
Matt Fink with the ball. Just kidding. Sorry. I'll chill out.
Pink.
All right, this one here, I just like how he's breaking tackles, so he's refusing to go down. Always
Yeah,
looking to
man.
create.
He's always looking to make a play. That's what I love about him. He's catching the ball and trying to do something after it.
And his eyes are always downfield. Like he is always trying to set up his next thing.
You know what's interesting about this is I'm always really cognizant because, I've coached DBs too, of alignment. Okay. So he's outside. He's close to almost, we called it tree when you would stack your other receiver there. I mean, he's most likely not going to run an out there. I was thinking he was making room to do an in again here, a slant or a one-step looky, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a screen. Now, does he read this and just sit outside and continue to run outside, or does he get lucky because he doesn't run into where everyone's at? If you watch this and play this through, because the linebacker's inside, does he just, because you would catch it normally run underneath your blockers, but he just goes outside of it all.
Yeah, I don't know how it was supposed to be designed or how it was designed, really.
Yeah, I mean,
You could have easily set up a lane to the sideline. I'm trying to see what Pittman's doing there with his block. Yeah, because it looked like he was pinning him to the sideline.
Sorry to take over. Just something interesting I saw.
This one here, good block. Definitely sprung the running back. So
Yeah.
Stephen Carr, man, talk about a Devy name from years ago. People were hyped about.
Just couldn't stay healthy, dude. Always getting hurt.
My boy
That
Rojo
deep-
getting it done. Now everyone's on that train.
Not everyone. I would
I'm on
say
it now.
everyone.
Finally,
His
year
ADP
3, I'm on
is
it.
still low.
I'm not sold with any of them at this point.
But yeah, I mean, but that block right there, if you're willing to block, especially out of the slot, that's crucial, especially in the NFL.
Yeah.
I feel like the slot's a really tough spot to block from because you don't know which way to go sometimes.
That's how you get those explosive plays. 20-plus yarders. Did your teams, like after games, you guys used to track explosive plays and stuff like that?
Yeah,
we
yeah, we scored it.
Do you always hate the grading the coaches did? They're like, oh man, I should have had a higher grade than that.
So going back to the big plays, I think anything over 25 yards, that's what we count as a big play.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this was the route, so I actually jumped on this one. But great route here, man. Breaks out.
Actually,
Notre Dame game, man. So talking about fresh off the flight, man. 4-hour flight.
Getting
This
his
was early
boys
in the game.
hyped.
Rivalry.
Rivalry game. So
can you go back real quick to that?
Yeah.
This is something a lot of people don't get.
What, the
Nara,
opposite hash throw again? Is that what
Oh,
you're talking
man.
about?
Man, look at that throw. Here. If you're not playing on the field, okay, anybody, coaches, whatever, this is your job. You are hype guys. This is 100% your job. Your guy makes a bad play, you pick him up. The sideline has a role. People don't get that. This is your job.
Yep.
For sure.
yeah, can you go back? I do
Yeah.
want to call out the stutter. So he does a great job of creating that
top of
separation.
his route there.
Stutter's there, create some space, and then he's going to break out.
Well, even before he breaks out, though, he takes another jab in, doesn't he? Right after the
vertical.
stutter at the top of his route.
It's vertical.
And notice how he has to track the football after he breaks out.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, and that.
Breaks out, starts
Exactly.
fading up.
Yep.
Way to track the football, way to go get it. So, yeah.
It's a great play.
The tough catch.
Phil, I don't think we have that play. My memory serves me right.
This one here, strong hands, refuses to go down. So I like the fight.
Always fighting.
So far, overall, we've been very complimentary. What is something that we think that he either lacks or he needs to get better in? Because so far we've been, I mean, this is about as nice as we've been to anybody.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he has elite athleticism, which is going to limit his ceiling. I think what he does is going to be inside. If you put him on the outside, he can win sometimes. I don't know if he's going to win all the time because he doesn't have the length and the physicality of those corners, but I think he still could maybe be okay out there. But I don't think he has wide receiver one ceiling for fantasy or even maybe an NFL team. He's going to be that complimentary guy, but he's going to be a good complimentary guy.
Good PPR guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. And also, he's more quick than fast. But you can do a lot of damage being quick in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Very technical, though, which I like to see at this, in college. Because those are the things that definitely will translate.
Yeah. So this play here, I like his patience. So that definitely holds the, DB, and then he runs underneath. So good hands again. I mean, the hands are there, so we're going to talk about that. But
look at him breaking tackles. He's a receiver. One.
He's strong.
Yeah.
Setting the tone. I love it.
Get your Wheaties, boys.
Not a fan.
All right. I think this next one was a drop.
That's why you didn't go to Elon, Jared. Didn't eat your Wheaties, man.
It's true.
All right, this one here. Good route, but he drops the ball.
He's so pissed.
It's a bad ball.
Look at what he does to the safety, though. He gets the safety to turn outside. Probably better with the other angle.
Mm-hmm.
Still needs to catch it, though.
Stems him.
Oh yeah, he got him to turn his hips and everything.
Gets him turned the wrong way. Definitely would like to see him come down with that, but
Yeah, definitely a bad ball, though.
catch.
yeah.
But you're right. He got his hands on it.
That's the rule.
I mean, that safety is in no man's land. They'll bring in 6. It doesn't get home.
He's licking his chops.
Yeah.
I think this one was another drop on the screen.
I love the way he tries to make a play, though.
So Garrett, there go your negatives, man. I got some negatives
There it is.
for you.
There they were.
Yeah.
You go to drops.
I just didn't wait long enough.
So I guess per PFF, he broke 18 tackles on 77 catches.
That seems conservative.
Yeah. Who knows?
All right.
No, it's probably true. I'm just.
Ooh.
Yeah, this one here.
Awareness.
Yeah, good route, settle down in the hole. I would like to see him burst more after he catches the pass, but it seems like every time he's over the middle, he just kind of throttles down and doesn't really like to explode over the middle.
All right, Amon-Ra, run and go sit on that shamrock. I'm going to hit you. Okay. He's like almost right on it.
Got it.
He gets popped there.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you're right, Ed. That's weird. He doesn't explode out of his breaks because he's so explosive off the line, but sometimes that's a mentality too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a recurring theme over the middle for him. But if that was on the outside, I guarantee you would have showed more burst.
Yep.
Shooting has a nice point over here. Character concerns was something that he heard a little bit about. Now, I have not heard as much about that, so I don't know if any of you guys can speak to some of the off the field stuff that you might have heard about him.
Well, he's talking about his dad.
His
not
dad, yeah.
Amon-Ra.
Oh, okay.
His dad being like a LeVar Ball 2.0. And
Yep, and that is a concern. Sorry, who's
I read an interview on it, and he did kind of come off that way. I mean, even just adding Saint onto his last name kind of
Sure.
just...
When you're Mr. Universe, I'm sure you have a little.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Walk around. Shit don't stink.
Yeah, we might have read the same article, Jared, but yeah, that's a concern. That was a concern with Equinemius for sure because, he fell. I think is some in part to that. They just didn't want to deal with the ego and everything else. And then I think Equinemius didn't work as hard as he used to either. That was some of the concern. I don't think we have that with Amon-Ra. I think he's overall the most talented of the brothers, with his recruiting ranking too, all that stuff. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Dime.
All right, this guy makes a play, man. One-handed catch.
man.
Ball.
He's determined to score. He's not worried about the safety. So, yeah, these are all positives.
Yeah. So Man, that's a linebacker's fault. People that don't know at home, this is basically Tampa 2. So it's kind of a cover 3. Your middle linebacker is taking out anyone that takes that vertical.
Mm-hmm.
He just delayed. He didn't go right away.
Yep. Yeah, definitely love his toughness and grit, though. I mean, he's willing to score, so.
What a catch. What a
Look at that
ball,
catch.
too.
I think that's the photo, right, that you used from him? I think that's the image, right?
Yeah, I think
nice
so.
catch. Yeah.
It doesn't even fall either. There it
Yep,
is.
That's it.
There it is. Yeah, I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah.
Good call.
Look at this. His thumb's underneath it too. So there's no way he can palm that, but he's still going to come down with that.
Yeah.
Nick analyzing it. Crazy.
Always, man.
Always.
Wait till the YouTube comments on it.
Nick's so negative.
Nick is definitely the most popular with the YouTube folk.
At least Vic's here. He keeps it real too.
Yeah, hey, I definitely got your back, man. I like to take on YouTubers.
Good. Good. I'm glad you're here.
So,
I think that's the last one.
final thoughts on Amon-Ra. Projections. Kind of went over that a little bit, I guess, but we did comp. Robert Woods, I think, is a popular one. I like it, certainly. I could see back of the first round, to be honest. Second round, probably day 2, but I could see him sliding in at the end of the first.
Yeah, I got him day 2 as well. Depending upon the team need, but if he sneaks into the back of the first, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be especially tough for him with, chances are it looks like he won't get to play. And it'll be interesting to see what evaluators do with some of that, of a guy that they did get to see their most recent year versus a guy that they didn't. Is that going to be a tiebreaker? Is it, it's going to be hard to know how hard they worked in the time where they didn't get to play games and stuff like that. So it'll be really interesting. I think the interviews are going to play a bigger part than even before. Some of the stuff that hopefully they'll get to do some sort of, Senior Bowl or some sort of all-star game or something for some of these guys, because it's going to be really interesting to see how evaluators choose to navigate these waters.
I mean, honestly, it's going to be tough because we've seen guys like this go in round 1. I mean, we've seen Anthony Gonzalez. You want to talk about your Colts,
Yeah.
right? He was going to be that complimentary piece that's going to put a team over the top because you know what you're going to get from him. He's going to help an offense for sure. Is he going to help your fantasy team? That's a whole different conversation. Or if a team needs him to carry an offense, et cetera, he's not going to have the Justin Jefferson speed, which is, he's not going to run a 4.4. And that's going to be tough to justify being in round 1. So really, a team's going to have to fall in love with him to go round 1. Otherwise, I think he's probably mid-second round. But, I mean, the good thing is he's going to be dependable. He's going to be a guy that's going to be in the league for a long time. I mean, his worst-case scenario is probably like a Jamison Crowder. You know what I mean? Where, he's just going to be reliable, and he's got suction cups for hands, even though he had a couple of drops, but he's going to be, where he's going to be all the time. He's going to help get first downs. Is he going to get huge plays? Probably not. But he'll be, break some tackles and convert third downs, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's good to see a slot receiver that refuses to go down. So, yeah, that's a huge plus.
We did not. Sorry.
No, that's it.
We did not do anything about Sage, Jared. We just took that time for everyone to get to know Vic, including myself. So we could go around and talk about Sage a little bit, too, in terms of overall comps, where he's going to go.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm actually curious, for what you guys' comp were. I actually threw a comp out there, but I'm actually reeling it back because I actually struggled with it. So, yeah, I mean, he's more of a possession guy. I mean, that's just what I see from him. I just don't see it translating well into the league. But he can make a roster for sure, but I don't think he's going to be a starter anytime soon.
No, I agree with you. If I own him in Devy, I'm selling him.
I mean, I just don't see him sticking around long enough because the thing that we always forget, the next, this guy is going to be great. We always have that mentality in Devy and rookies, et cetera. You have to be really good to stick in the NFL, to stick with the team and to go on. I mean, why is he going to be any different than Valdez Scantling, Alan Lazard? These guys are all better than Sage Surratt, and they're barely hanging on. You know what I mean? You keep going on with those guys that are fringe, maybe wide receiver 2s.
You just picked those two because they're on the same team as Amon-Ra St. Brown, huh?
Well, I'm busted. But he's not going to be Michael Gallup. He's not going to be a guy that's going to burst on the scene. I know we argued about JJ, right? Last time. He's more talented than Sage is, and and he's a second round guy. So, the ceiling's not there. The floor is, I don't see him as a special teamer. So he might be like a 6th, 7th round pick and like struggling to stay with a team.
Yeah.
I think he'll go a little bit higher on that, especially because it looks like he will get the opportunity to be able to play this year. But I think best case scenario for me right now is 3rd round. So I'm thinking that's probably where I'm seeing him, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's 4th or 5th though.
I got him day 3. I wouldn't even be surprised undrafted, get an invite to camp.
Ooh.
I mean, that's just what I'm saying.
You're going cold.
I'm glad Vic's here. Yes.
I'm going cold.
Vic, do you play Devy?
Actually, I just started getting into it, so I'm in a Campus to Canton draft now.
Nice.
So I have a couple of Devy leagues.
I'm on the clock right now in the Campus to Canton draft in Garrett's league. We were talking about it last episode. It's crazy, man. We got weekly recruiting points, and
it's this crazy concept.
It's like NCAA football, kind of Campus to Canton spin of NCAA football, the video game.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting hooked with Devy, man. I told Doc a couple weeks ago we might need to change our names to the Devy Bros, man. Like, getting reeled in.
No, just keep it Dynasty, because then you can encompass like everything.
Dynasty, Devy fits nicely inside of Dynasty.
It does.
Yeah.
Phil over here says Sage is Mac Hollins. LOL JK. I liked Mac Hollins way better than Sage Surratt.
That's a good, you know what, with that call, because I was struggling. I was like, man, who does he look like? I looked up Devin Funchess. I looked up Braylon Edwards, and I actually looked at Mac Hollins. And for me, Mac Hollins is way more aggressive than Sage. So I can't even go with that one. But, I mean, that's a nice attempt. I actually check it out, but I had to reel that one back too.
Yeah. I actually really liked Mac Hollins at times because he was aggressive down the field. He's kind of a feel-good story too, a walk-on. He kind of made it work at UNC. I just don't see Sage getting everything out of his ability. You know what I mean? And for a guy that's limited already, that's scary. You have to. I mean, Amon-Ra here gets everything out of his ability. That's the big difference. It's not that he's more athletic, but he's not like huge. When you're big, you got to play big, and he doesn't.
Yeah, and Mac was on special teams making tackles too, so he definitely has that dog in him. So
yeah, that was awesome.
What was I gonna say? Shit. Next week, who do you guys want to do? Quarterback?
Let's appease you and Nick. Let's finally get some quarterbacks in here.
Nice,
dude. You guys want to do Howell and Howell and Slovis? Those are
we could, but we still haven't done the big names yet.
Everybody knows them.
Yeah, but people watch it.
Yeah, we got a question. That's what I was gonna say. It's Mikey. Any chance you guys would ever do film sessions on active NFL players, maybe focused on the rookie tape? For sure. That's something we were actually just discussing through our text this past week. Because obviously, if there's no college season, there's not going to be much tape to review. So I think that's something we're definitely going to get into a little bit this year. The show is going to be ever changing, So It'll be evolving. If you guys have any ideas, feel free to send them our way.
Yeah, I think a good start would be even some of these breakout candidates that people are talking about. So with these articles, let's put some tape up against it.
Yeah, for sure. And Vic's going to be a regular on the show. This was his first appearance. It was a good one. Hell of a job, man. Really happy to have you on and joining us. Good job, Garrett.
Hey, appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate the opportunity. So
yeah. So shout out your podcast again, so everybody knows where to find you.
Yeah. So Dynasty Bros FF. So we drop episodes every Wednesday. And then, of course, I do have some articles on the Dynasty Nerds website as well. So got a couple articles out there. I just did a buy, hold, flip article. And then I also did the Cam Newton to New England when that first broke. So, yeah, I'm always looking for article topics too. So, yeah, definitely hit me up, Chief Sosa FF on Twitter.
Sweet.
There you go.
Nick, Garrett, you guys working on anything you guys want to talk about?
I have one thing to say, nothing I'm working on. Can we stop hype trains over a picture of one play of practice? It's training camp. You know what I mean? I know we're desperate for football.
Hey, Brian Edwards is a saint.
Oh my God! Like, settle down. Like, I mean, remember when we were hyping up Braxton Miller because of the East-West or whatever bowl game it was, and how he's making everybody miss? You don't have 5 minutes to do a release, man. But like, everyone was like, "Oh, look at how awesome he is." It doesn't translate. Like, let's watch some games before we're like going to move people up around an ADP over a catch.
I love you.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's so true, though. It is so true. But hey, man, you gotta get those clicks, right?
Yeah, it's not about clicks; it's about accuracy, in my opinion. People don't do enough of that in the industry.
It's about value, provide value. But that's a wrap, I think, for tonight, boys. Appreciate everybody joining. See you next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we will have on some quarterbacks. All right.
Fingers crossed for you, Jared. Fingers crossed for you.
Time for bed for me. See ya, boys.
See ya. Take care.